you start with this corner right here, you can see there's extensive dry rot up there.
Yeah.
And if you notice, the black is pretty much even as it works up the wall,
Yeah.
and that's dry rotting. And we think what's going on is, you see how the cedar is flush to the roof, that little 2.5 inch board?
Yeah.
We think what's going on is it's wicking up behind there and going up. There should be, a 1/2 inch clearance between the roofing and that cedar strip that goes up on the bottom.
Oh, so they just put the cedar strip too low when they
Yes,
did
and
it.
what it's doing is it's wicking that water up. When it drops down from that top roof, comes down with pretty.
So then
quite a
what
bit of
should
force.
be between the cedar than the roof?
Yeah, there should be at least a 1/2 inch
Of what?
a gap so that it can breathe and it dry out. The cedar will soak up or wick up water,
So
and then it'll travel up.
yeah, but isn't the cedar up against the what is it, the Tyvek or something?
Well, there should be a metal flashing up there. Shouldn't be any Tyvek showing.
Oh, okay.
So, but to find out what's really going on, we'd have to take off some of these sections here to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
But what we found over here on this other side is got us concerned.
Oh yeah, we're aware of that log right there. Yeah.
It's your sheeting behind it that I'm mostly concerned about.
Yeah.
It's,
You know, you see how easy I just poked that all the way through your sheeting.
Right. So that's going through the Tyvek, is going through the insulation, and could also possibly going into
Yeah, all your framework and
Sheetrock.
everything, yeah. And that's what I'm mostly concerned about, how deep it actually went.
right.
And the problem, why that happened, is your caulking failed you.
Yeah.
So then water got in there, it started to seep in,
Yeah.
and then you got nail holes, which is holding these up.
Right.
So it went right through your nail holes.
You mean the screw holes
Through
or
the Tyvek. Well, this one's held up with a nail. I found 2 nails in this one. I wanted to make sure. So I don't know if all of this was nailed or what.
Oh.
I even dug this out and
nails are much cheaper than the screws, so we could have.
that's but it's in here somewhere. They're both
So you
nails.
mean all these are held on by nails?
I think so.
Or the majority of them.
I mean, that's the only one I dug out, these 2, but that's definitely a nail.
How easy is it to take off
It's kind of a beast.
a log?
It's kind of a beast. Honestly, it's not too easy. Because, say I'm going to replace this one, well, I got to get this out of there. Now I'm messing that one up, this one up, this one. You know, it gets to be a tough endeavor, really. But with this rotten behind there, now you're almost forced to take, I don't know how much off until we figure out what's what.
Yeah.
Because it's that underlayment. It's either 1/2 inch CDX or 5/8 CDX. Either.
You don't want mold starting in there or anything like that.
See, it looks like there's other joints there where it's failed, as you say,
Right, exactly, yeah.
like that one, but there's
Yeah.
no dry rot going on there that we
Well,
can see.
you can start to see it. I mean, you can see how it's starting to get black here a little bit.
I could see black everywhere if I want to see
Well,
black.
look at all the seams, though.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to see the majority of it.
Yeah. I see, yeah.
That's from the
See the little
caulking
holes?
failing you.
It's showing this lower section right here where there's quite a bit of failure in there.
Yeah, I mean, right there alone. That
Yeah.
big gap, and then this whole section there is pretty dark.
Yeah, because
Well,
the
what-
water gets in
Yeah,
there.
the water comes down off the top and then runs right into that seam.
Yeah. And it's only a matter of time when it starts going in there. Water gets into almost anywhere.
Right.
So when do these logs stop shrinking?
Well, these should have stopped. They will still expand and shrink every day just because of changing temperature and all that.
But as far as if you once you put on new caulking, it shouldn't do as much shrinking as originally.
Right. Caulking, you should, I mean, you got to keep your eye on caulking, honestly, but it should last you a good 10 years, usually, 5-10 years.
Well, I think the most worrisome part is there's no backing rope, which is a standard application.
Backing rope being what?
Backing rope is kind of a foam.
I've only seen that
And
in
you
full
push-
log. But
You push it in, and then you caulk.
Right.
Now that backing rope is what stops that water from coming in if the
caulk.
caulking fails.
Oh.
So that was a step they did not do when they built the house.
yeah, I mean, that right there alone is a fairly substantial gap to try
Right.
and fill with just caulk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and at the time they did it, it probably wasn't a gap like that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, honestly.
Well, see, there's not enough surface material here to move. It should be a good 1/4 inch out here, and then you smooth it out. But they took all the caulk away, and you have just a very small.
Yeah, thin layer there.
It's not moving. It can't move enough so that it doesn't crack.
Yeah, it just tears.
And yet you see some log cabins where there's like a 2 or 3 inch.
Chinking is what
That's
that's called.
some kind
Yeah.
of a Montana style,
Yeah.
and the caulking usually is left white.
Yeah. Yeah. What do those Montanans know? At least they don't
At
have
least
holes.
they're not having holes, yeah.
Well, they,
Yeah.
you know, the one that they did over.
Oh,
Seven.
Sisters,
Yeah.
yeah.
Seven Sisters, that, what, a year and a half,
I
2
mean,
years
you can
old
see it
already.
Really?
So, Mike, do you think that when they put these logs on, I mean, I know they started from the bottom, and then did they put the cedar, I don't know what they call that, soffit?
Soffit, yeah.
Did they put that on after the logs got on?
No.
Okay,
That was done first.
okay.
That's part of your
That's what I was imagining. Is that's not on your interior? roof?
No.
Yeah, that was done before. It probably butts right up to your 2x6 wall, and then covers all of that up with log.
Okay. So let's just say you had to take down the whole side, take off all the logs. You start at the top?
I guess it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't be trying to save anything at that point. Unless you really wanted to, and then yeah, you would have to start at the top. But it's just creating more time and, you know.
Well, it seems like all the nails are, they tow in the nails here, so it goes down here.
Right.
And then they put this next log on top, and then they tow that in.
Yep.
And then another log, and
Yep.
so it would seem like to do the reverse would be like you start at the top and work your way. Could be completely off base, but
That would work.
How much log do you think you have to take off to see what is on the interior as far as
That's
problems?
what I'm worried about. And it's hard to say. You know, I really couldn't tell you, honestly.
if this was your house, would you just take all the logs off and put on siding?
Honestly, yeah, that's exactly
Well,
what I
that's
told
one
them I would do.
option that we've discussed.
Yeah.
Was taking this log off and putting cedar siding on.
Half it.
Shiplap, yeah,
Yeah.
a 6-inch exposure.
Well,
Oh, I don't want to go with anything natural again.
Yeah.
I don't.
take it off and put on steel. Yeah. We know, here's the thing. We
Blue.
love the
Bright blue
dream
steel.
of the we love the dream of the cabin, the wood cabin, but obviously the reality for us is
Oh, yeah,
not
they-
very fun.
They're a headache.
It's just not very fun at all.
It's a
So,
maintenance headache.
and the
I've
older we
redone
get,
homes-
the
I've redone homes that are 17 years old. We just finished one. I finished one a couple of years, 5 years ago. I
Well,
think
let's
it was.
talk a little bit later and let's keep moving around if there's more to see because I can't stand. Oh,
That's kind of adjustment, really. I mean, you got the same thing happening pretty much everywhere. There was a couple fixes down there, but I might be able to fix them with just a cutting precision work. These are wicking up all the water from the rocks in the ground.
yeah,
They're starting to go down below.
yeah,
So if I
Ooh.
cut that off,
yeah.
yeah.
at least there's some air there for them to breathe out. And
All right. We
I
can
could
put a rock
probably-
in front of it anyway.
yeah, I could probably
No.
try and save those ones for you if
Yeah.
you really
Okay.
wanted or whatever.
So
Yeah.
that would be the bottom
Yeah, you
of
can
each.
see all that rock.
Oh yeah. And that's more cosmetic.
Thank you. Yeah, looked a lot better when it was first put up. Susan was saying that there was Sickens on here one time, but it was Sanson we had on.
Yeah.
And then when you blasted that off, you put on structures, right?
Yeah, we were even talking on our way out.
But unfortunately, you have a tremendous
If it's so much
exposure told you that
We're
summer
about to take it off now.
really,
That's like I told them. That's
really works on this stuff.
rather than
Yeah.
We have maintenance coats, stuff like that, every 3 to 5 years. We have a clear coat that we put on, and that'll look brand new and save the color.
Well, see, in talking with the structures folks, they were saying just use the, what do they call it, the two different products? The oil-based is called what, and then the water-based is...
Well, it's called base coat and then recoat it.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't do any of that. He would just use the acrylic whatever coat and just put on 2 or 3 now, and then maybe one more in the spring, and then just keep doing that every 3 to 5 years. I don't know.
That's all it's after the deal.
The acrylic is water-based.
Right. Yeah, I gotta go sit down.